Deirdre Staton. I'm a licensed clinical social worker in private practice in Harrisonburg, and I'm really excited to be a sponsor for the Great Community Give this year. I first heard about the Great Community Give last year when I saw some posts in social media, and I thought, that's pretty cool. And then the day arrived, and it was so exciting. I was hooked, and I found myself going on the computer in between clients and trying to check for updates. And I had goosebumps because it was like this giant building wave of love and kindness, and I thought, I have got to be a part of this next time. And so the next time is here, and I'm excited to be a sponsor this year. So community is a word or a concept that I have struggled with a lot in my life. I grew up in East Africa, moved around a whole lot, went to so many different schools, and in that process I got really good at fitting in, but didn't really have a sense of belonging. And that lack of belonging, that feeling, only intensified when I came back to the States in the 80s. Like many third culture kids, I didn't feel at home even though I was born in this country. So that feeling, that restlessness, that feeling of not belonging continued on for decades. And then I moved to Harrisonburg 12 years ago and started feeling different about this place. I started appreciating the pace of life, the diversity of the community, just the general kindness of the friendly city. And I woke up one day and I realized I'm putting down roots. And I started feeling like I belong here. And I love living in this community that's nestled in the valley. And I so appreciate the closeness to local farmers and being able to be taken care of by them. And even going to the farmer's market is like going to an open air market in Africa. The kindness and friendliness that people show one another, even to strangers, is something I don't take for granted. I very much appreciate. And you got to admit, there's few places where you're going to get into a traffic jam because people are allowing the ducks to cross the street. That's the friendly city. And so the kindness, the generosity, the altruism that you see in this community helped define community for me, and is why I chose this as my community too. I'm reminded of this African word or concept, Ubuntu. And really that's talking about our humanity towards others. But I like the definition or the way it's conceived as I am because we are. And none of us is alone. We all find greater understanding of ourselves through each other, and we find a greater meaning of life through our connection with one another. Yes, I'm an individual, and I'm actually in business for myself, but I find greater meaning in my life and greater sense of who I am and my place in this community because of my connections, even if fleeting, with the people that live here. So I am stretching myself this year as a sponsor because I believe in what this community is capable of. And I want to challenge you to stretch yourself as well, to contribute to whatever nonprofit or nonprofits that you choose. There's something for everyone, regardless of your interests and passions. So I'm going to challenge you to join me and discover the power in giving. You know, as a counselor, I see so many people who are struggling with feeling overwhelmed with what's going on in the country or the world as a whole. And so often people are struggling, wondering what can I do? How in the world can I possibly make a difference? And it feels like actions and donations can be inconsequential. It feels like it's so hard to make a difference for things that are going on. And I think that it's important to understand that our power actually is in this physical environment and the present moment. Our ability to make a difference, a significant difference, is here. Okay, it's where we live. We're able to create meaningful change. Here is where we can make an impact. And when we are intentional about making a difference or making changes or helping others in some way, something cool kind of happens then. It starts to have a ripple effect and starts to spread. And then that gains momentum. And the whole community succeeds. If that's not enough for you, though, there's personal benefits as well. There's some fascinating studies that are looking at the power of kindness and giving. Studies have shown that when we give a gift to someone else, that it activates the same centers of our brain as if we were receiving a gift. That feels awesome. And if you make that kindness and giving a regular part of your life, that becomes transformational. It reduces depression, reduces anxiety, it increases a sense of well-being, a sense of connection and meaning in life, and improves relationships. You can't beat that.